Okay.
So we're live. 3 people are on.
Happy New Year, 2025.
Wow.
More importantly, 2024 is dead. Year we don't want to do over again. So what are we doing? I don't know. Working on Jeeps. That's what we do here. And trucks. And sometimes cars. And I guess it looks like Tyler's painting a trailer. So.
Bedlining, yeah.
So we got Mojave LJ back. We got Safari LJ over there. We'll go over there in a minute. Did a 4.6 stroker from Golan in Mojave with an ATS tranny. So brand new motor, brand new transmission. Been driving it, putting some miles on it because Russell's, don't fall down. Russell's going to drive it home back to sunny California. And what was it? Last Friday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Friday. Went for another ride, drive out. Manufacturing's now like 10 miles from here. So I've been driving it back and forth, just putting highway miles on it and take the long way through town, whatever, multiple different ways to get there. So I was bombing down the interstate and it's like, what the hell is that smell? I know what that smell is. Look down to the passenger floorboard and it's full of antifreeze. The heater cord let go. So in order to do a heater core in a Jeep that has a custom cage, obviously the hardtop comes off. Then the cage comes out. And then when you have an industrial little fella like Russell, who built drawers and platforms and cooler holders and and all of that comes out to get the cage out, just to get the dash out to do a heater core. So Daniel's been doing the longest heater core R&R known to Jeepdom today. So we're on the downhill slide. He's putting the dash back in. Tomorrow we'll start putting cage to it and a hardtop and let Russell drive a little bit and send him on his way. So that's what we've been doing to this one.
Real quick, give him a peek.
Yeah. Quick tour. Say hi, Dan.
Hi.
And he's doing it with a broken finger.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes everything easier.
All right, next Jeep.
So you can see what the desert dwelling AC condenser looks like.
Yuck.
And,
Dog hair.
Dog hair. Yeah, Coda, the trusty sidekick, is a purebred German Shepherd, and she sheds. Holy cow, does she shed. And this one's tore apart just about as far, not quite. We're not taking the cage, exterior, interior cages out. We're working around them. This Jeep was originally built here and we used a Novak LS conversion. It's been less than stellar. So it's getting gutted, headlight to taillight, street rotted, and we're putting Holley Terminator X fuel injection, engine management, and transmission control on it. So we're also doing a Dakota Digital gauge cluster. Chris, the owner, had already put in a new doubled in stereo, but didn't quite finish the install, so while the dash is completely discombobulated, we're going to finish that up. Gets a rear view camera, a few other little odds and end niceties. Under the hood, it's kind of got a mess, but you can't make an omelet unless you break some eggs. We're breaking lots of eggs. So we're slowly sorting out of the factory fuse box what stays and what goes and what needs to be there and what doesn't. The fuel injection, the Holley's pretty straightforward. You could probably do that in a day and it would run. Probably wouldn't be all buttoned up and pretty, but that part's pretty straightforward. It's getting all the rest of it to play together. And then top of that, you remember what brand this fan was? I don't remember.
I don't.
I don't
One
either.
of the train masters.
Yeah, one of our train masters has done a couple LS swaps in TJ's, and he swears by this fan, and I'll be damned if I remember what the name is. But it's a pulse width modulated driven fan. You can control it 7 ways to Sunday. So that was another issue with this Jeep. It ran a little toasty. So we're hoping to cure that with getting it tuned right, running right, and this bigger be-all, end-all, be-all fan. We already fabricated a larger coolant reservoir, probably a gallon-ish. Really, nothing's wet yet, so I haven't tested it, but probably about a gallon. We just finished one for Russell's this afternoon. That's going in the morning, and then we'll get that system wet and start bleeding a 4-liter. Yay! To get Russell on his way. So that's kind of the 2 major projects we've been working on. We have the Becks. We have another one. That's out at the other shop. On our R&D lift, rear suspension is done. Everything's been cycled up, down, left, right, sideways, back, forth, you name it, we've pushed it there. We're doing a coilover conversion plus an 8-inch stretch on a dual triangulated suspension system on a 2-door JK. We've done a few here in the shop to experiment with. The guys that have them love them. This will be the final production part. So those kits will be coming out here real soon. Jason's working on the front today. I was just helping him this afternoon. We're doing a full 3-link suspension on the front. There just isn't room for much of anything else. So we took our Y-link cross member. Our Y-link works great, but a Jeep on tons and 40s, potentially 42s. And the way Robert drives, he wanted more robust. So everything's 2-inch 375 wall tubing, large flex joints, etc. Our big adjustment mechanisms is pretty much bulletproof. But using all of those big parts, we kind of ran out of room. So we decided to go to a 3-link. And this Jeep has a 4-speed Atlas in it, which the end of the Atlas, it's about that far from the frame rail, which pretty much eliminated exhaust. So we're going to take the exhaust down the passenger side because there isn't a gas tank in it anymore. The factory gas tank has to come out to do the dual triangulated suspension. We'll be doing a fuel cell to finish that project, but suspension's first. Then we'll get exhaust hanging in it. Start fabricating fuel cell here in a week or so. Hopefully have that one out the door by the end of the month is what we're shooting for. Just depends if we get all the pieces and parts back from paints and powder coats and rebuilds. Their shocks are trashed, so they're headed to AccuTune hopefully by Friday. Couldn't turn them loose yet until we knew where everything was going to move and end up. So they should head out this week to get a refresh. Then we can start final assembly on that one. What do we got coming? Oh, I got a high pinion Dana 44 sitting over here, old school stuff. That's going to end up under a bobtail Bronco. For those of you that don't understand that slang, 66 to 77. Yeah, 66 to 77 Bronco. There again, we've done a couple of them in the past. This one will be the final production version of that suspension system. What else we got going on? Jake's pumping out two-door JL corners fast as he can weld them. Those are turning into a fairly popular item.
If you buy TNT manufactured parts, January through March, you'll be entered to win a fire pit.
I don't know if you heard Tammy, but our first quarter promotion is suspension.
TNT part,
Oh.
any TNT manufactured.
Any part that we make, your name goes in a hat, bucket, computer generated thing. I don't know, whatever. Tammy will figure that out. But your name goes in for a chance to win a fire pit. So if you've been waiting to purchase something, now would be a good time. You might get a fire pit out of it. So coming up behind everything we just talked about is my Jeep, which has been dead, I think August, end of July, I don't know. We had major tip-em failure, have no fuel pump drive, which results in a dead Jeep. So we're gonna gut that one and street rod it. Standalone engine management and transmission management. It's probably gonna get a cage because I've been thinking about that for a while. It's going to be a high-speed overlander. So it's, as most of you know, it's already on coilovers and our long arm and big diffs and 37s. We now have a rooftop tent on it with a custom rack. We built that for another customer. I acquired that, I don't know, about this time last year maybe. I don't know. All runs together. So because things are changing with the Gladiators, if anyone is interested in a 2023 diesel Rubicon, reach out. I have one for sale. Not there's anything wrong with it. I'm just want to move in a different direction. You'll have, for those of you that keep track of For Exploring, you've noticed I haven't been doing a whole lot, and I'm not going to do a whole lot in 2025 either. This year is our 20th anniversary. We started the business January 1st of 2005. So we are officially in our 20th year in business. So Mary and I are hoping to do a lot more traveling with TNT. So I need a little bigger Jeep than just go flower picking in the desert Jeep. So the diesel Gladiator's up for sale. It's currently on a 2-inch Mopar lift, 35s, factory wheels, fully skidded, fully armored, bumper front. I did take some of the overlandy stuff off of it because I'm going to keep it on Mary's Gladiator for now. But let me know if you need the last year of a Eco Diesel because they don't make them anymore. It's a good truck, 23,000 miles. Reach out if you want to discuss it. So that's what's next, is getting the yellow JK 4-door back up and running, so we can use that a little more this summer. And then as soon as Jason is done with Bex, Pat, I don't know if you're paying attention, Pat had a new grandson born this morning, so he's probably busy or sleeping, because I think I got the text at 2:20 in the morning, so he's probably a little tired today. But if Pat is watching or listening or tunes in later, as soon as Bex is out of the way, that is Jason's only mission in life, is to finish the fab work and get it ready to come over here for Nick to plumb and wire it. So I know I've said it a million times, it's going to get done this spring, hopefully, midsummer, somewhere in there. So, and then follow behind that, I guess we'll drag the TJ out of the trailer and start finishing it. So, but lots of I've got other clients that want stuff done, so we're still in negotiating on those projects, but there'll be more projects in here. We are going to start probably doing the lives a little more often. Won't say that it'll be every Tuesday, but we will do more than one per month. And who knows where they'll be. They might be on location. They might be out at the other shop.
It could be at 10 in the morning.
It might be sometime on a Thursday. I don't know. Just whenever the mood strikes. So pay attention. Tammy will try and get at least a hour's notice out on social that we're going to do a live today. But we'll do some more of them. Other than that, we're just plugging along. So, is there any questions floating around out there? Nothing?
Chris Frizz just said, love our TNT fire pit, been going strong for 10 years.
Yep.
And then a bunch of people are just watching, no questions.
Okay. We'll probably try to slide a little more techie stuff in here and there. We've been kind of slacking in that department as well. That's why I want to show you both the Mojave and the Safari LJ, because we're doing things, not that a heater core is out of the norm, but a little bit for a Jeep. They usually last, well, a Jeep's got 140. So that's probably not out of the norm for an OEM heater core to take a dump.
So that's going to be next.
Oh, yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Oh.
At least you don't have a full cage that has to come out. So JK heater cores aren't that bad. Daniel can whip them out pretty quick. But these older Jeeps, you got to slow down a little bit. We did one, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. And pretty much everything you touched broke. And a lot of those, the diverter valves and the floppy things and all that stuff that's in a modern heater box, a couple of them broke. You can't get them anymore, so we had to reach out and find one salvage to get pieces to keep that one running. So just note to self, if you got to do a heater core and you're going to do it yourself, take your time. That stuff is old and brittle. So, I don't know. What else you got? Anything?
No.
No.
Ribbon cutting Thursday, but that's local.
Yeah, if you're local and want to come out and see the manufacturing facility, reach out to Tammy. She'll tell you where and how to get there. It's at 4. Just a bunch of stuff, a lot of noise.
And the snow run is tentatively February 8th, depending on the birth of the babe.
Yeah, because our trail leader is expecting I would take over, but I have nothing to lead in, so we're kind of counting on Jason to run that one, but they're expecting anytime. Probably got a couple weeks yet, but anytime. So we may have to postpone, so stay tuned on that if you're wanting to go on that one. Got plenty of snow. It's been snowing here, nothing crazy, but it all stacks up. We probably got 5, maybe 6 inches on the level over the weekend and yesterday.
The mountains probably have way more.
Yeah, there's way more in the mountains. It's butt deep to a tall moose up there. So we'll have plenty of snow to go play in the Jeeps. Probably won't go too terribly far because we'll run out of Jeep. So, but that's February 8th, tentatively. May slip a weekend. Just kind of depends on the new baby coming. So, other than that, I think we'll close this up. And thanks for everything everybody does for us. We're looking forward to 2025 and seeing. You may not see Mary and I, but you might see Tanner, you might see Tammy, you might see Steve. Who knows? Somebody will be out and about somewhere. So stay tuned. Tammy will keep that all up on social where we're going to be and what we're doing. If you want to come see the TNT crew, please do. And on that note, adios.